Welcome to Rapper's Paradise, everyone. I am your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Already. That is crazy. We're already at Thursday. This week kind of went by pretty quick.
This whole month as a whole has been going by quick.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know why, but this month's going by quicker than fucking January did.
And February.
And February, yeah. Considering those are February is like the shortest month of the year. Anywho, I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. Well, this week has been okay. I had a really good supper tonight. Had homemade Chinese dinner at my mom's, so that was pretty good. I'm stuffed,
As you should be.
as I should be. I hope you're doing well, Daystro.
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking.
That's good to hear. So, thank you guys for joining the episode tonight. We hope you enjoy. Tonight we are running back random ranking ACDC edition episode. This is episode 4. So we have not done an ACDC random ranking episode since October during the trick or treat whole uh Rectober thing. Back when we were doing the trick or treat edition of random ranking, we did an ACDC episode one week, and then the following week we did Def Leppard. So this will be the first time doing a random ranking episode for ACDC in quite a while. Um, so it's quite long overdue that we do this finally. So let me see here what we got. I actually forgot to pull up my list, the original list that was for the show. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick.
I have them written down if you want me to rattle them off.
I know I have them here. I don't want to use my phone right now because I've got my phone plugged in. Um,
Well,
Crap,
I,
this is a
I
bad idea.
I
Um,
have the ranking or the songs that are up for grabs tonight. If you want me to rattle them off
okay,
for
is
you.
it in the order from the list?
I mean, not really, but I mean it's like how I wrote them down, but it's
Okay,
not it's not in like any particular order or anything. So,
okay.
but so the songs that are up for grabs for tonight for this random ranking episode, we have "Hold Me Back," uh, "Beating Around the Bush," which all time classic, "Walk All Over You," "Night of the Long Knives," "Are You Ready?" "What's Next to the Moon," "Rocker," "Damned," and "Rock and Roll Damnation."
Did you mention down payment blues?
In "Down Payment Blues." There you go.
Now, we did name these off on the last episode at the very end, but we figured since some people probably didn't watch the last episode, figured we just name them off again so you guys are in the loop. So, by the looks of things, it looks more like a Bon Scott episode tonight,
Yes, it is very Bon Scott esque.
which is kind of rare because there's more Brian Johnson albums than there are Bon Scott albums. So, this is a rarity, ladies and gents. So, let's just take a moment and just appreciate that on episode 4 we finally get a majority Bon Scott episode.
Yeah, right.
And most of these come from Power Ridge too, which just so happens to be my favorite Bon Scott album.
Right. Um, I think for me, favorite Bon Scott album is like Highway to Hell. That's
Yeah,
got to be
that's
my
like the
my
fan favorite.
that's my old time fan favorite right there. So
It's the fan favorite. So, as usual, we're going to take these 10 songs and rank them from 10 to 1, 10 being our least favorite, 1 being the favorite. Now, as I always say, we're going in blind here. We don't know how each of us ranked each other's lists. So, here we go. Starting at number 10 with the least favorite. What did you put?
I put Down Payment Blues
Oh, we're
off
off
to
to
a
a
hot start.
bad start.
Off to a hot start.
I put damned.
Okay, it's a little bit higher on mine, but we'll get to that.
So, Down Payment Blues from Power Edge. What do
I
you
think
have to say?
I think it's just because like Power Ridge as a whole, it's like it's not the best album in the world a little bit, but but let me finish. Let me cook. Um, it's like there's some good hits on there. I will say that, but it's like the only single from that album is Rock and Roll Damnation. That's it. Nothing else.
That's
But
hard.
I mean, I will say this though. Rock and Roll Damnation and then goes into Down Payment Blues and all that stuff. Um, I kind of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Liked the transition, I guess,
You
into
dig
the.
it.
I dig it, but I wish we could have gotten Riff Raff.
Oh fuck, I love
That
that song
that would
too.
have been the icing on the cake.
Absolutely.
I have to write down the album name so I don't forget.
That's okay. I got you. I'm gonna fill us in as we go. So my number 10, I put "Damned" from Stiff Upper Lip. I think everybody knows how I feel about that album. It's
Uh-huh.
probably an album that disappointed me the most from that pilgrimage, and it makes me sad to say that because I grew up around that album, but I do remember my dad skipping a lot of the songs, so that could be why. But when I
Hmm.
heard it for the first time in full, I was not crazy about it. I think by the second half of the album, I was just over it. And Damned, unfortunately, it was one of those songs in the second half that I was over it. I was done with it. Um, it's not the strongest AC/DC song in the world, definitely the weakest link of this list. But teach their own.
Uh-huh.
Moving forward to number 9, I put Beating Around the Bush from Highway to Hell.
Mm. I put that. That's way up high on my list. I put What's Next to the Moon. What
Man,
album
you
is
are
that from?
really fucking giving Powerage the kick in the nuts.
I didn't like the album.
I love that album. That album's fucking amazing.
I didn't really like it first time around. I need
Wow,
to.
we need to revisit that. Even that'll be my like third time for that one.
So okay, uh-huh.
So for me, with Beating Around the Bush, it's from Highway to Hell. I kind of had a dilemma here. I had to choose between the two Highway to Hell songs on this list. The other one being Walk All Over You. I had to choose which one I prefer over the other. And obviously, it's going to be Walk All Over You, which is going to be higher on the list. Beating Around the Bush for me, it's not super memorable. It's very fast paced, I remember. Like, it's probably
But
one of the more faster AC/DC songs in terms of tempo. Um, it's good, though. It is a good song. It's just like I prefer the other Highway to Hell song on this list.
mm-hmm. Right.
And it doesn't get a lot of replay value for me either.
I mean, so let's see. Um. Okay. Going back to fucking powers on this one. Okay.
What's next
Um.
to the moon?
What's next to the moon? It's like okay. The album as a whole, it's 40 minutes. The longest song is fucking Down Payment Blues,
Down Payment Blues.
and
I gotta go
like
do something real quick, so
okay, so
um, just go ahead and continue.
yeah, so like what's next to the moon for me? It's like it wasn't very memorable. Um, I mean the whole Powerage album was probably not very memorable for me. Like the most like the three songs that probably were memorable for me was Rock and Roll Damnation, which we'll get to, Riff Raff, and like Sin City, maybe Kicked in the Teeth. So that's four, like four out of the nine songs. Like that's not really saying much. But it was at a time where it's like it's Angus, Malcolm, and Bon writing all the lyrics, which, as truth be told, like like with Angus and Malcolm, and it's like they're writing all these risque lines and all that stuff too. So
Sorry about that. My dad needed me real quick. Um, are you still on number 9?
yes,
Okay, I didn't
I
know.
just finished my ramble.
Okay, I mean, again, to each their own, but we're definitely gonna have to pay a visit to Powerage very soon. Uh, I think. I'm trying to think. I can't remember when the anniversary of that album is. I know it's coming up, I think. Go Google it. May 5th, actually. So it kind of is coming up. Well, okay, so Google's saying May 5th, and then Wikipedia is saying May 25th in the US. So I really don't know. But no matter what, we'll listen to it in May. So, anyways, number 8. What do you have?
I have Rocker.
Oh, okay. So we're almost on the same boat. I have it relatively close. I have Hold Me Back from Stiff Upper Lip.
Now Rocker, that's from TNT, right?
Dirty Deeds.
Or Dirty. Well, it
Dirty
says it's
Deeds,
from
Thunder 2.
it's on the TNT one
It's
as
yeah,
well.
that it's very confusing because when they did the Australian releases, it was a little bit different from the US release. Uh, Australia got the the TNT record, while we got Dirty
Dirty
Deeds, and they got
Deeds.
Dirty Deeds too eventually. So it's on Dirty Deeds. I've always said it's on Dirty Deeds, but what do you have to say about it?
I mean, it's a good song. I mean, it's not nothing like to write home about for me, but it's like I think at the time I was just like, it's just like I
It's
just
another one
really
of
like
those fast songs I remember.
yeah, and I kind of just really wanted to like just get it kind of done at this point because it's there was so much that we had to do with HDC. Like there
It
was
was
so many
overwhelming.
there was so many fucking albums.
We dove in head first.
Yeah, for real. But like I don't know what to say about it. It's like it's I didn't put it at the. It's not very memorable for me. Let's say
Right.
the least. Like some of these songs, like they're not going to be very memorable for me at least because it's like I was either just wanting to get over with or I was not paying attention.
Yeah, right. I
So
get that. I'm the same way with certain pilgrimages.
I'm like
Van Halen.
issues.
So, Hold Me Back, the other track from Stiff Upper Lip on this list, this is a more memorable one compared to Damn, so that's why it's ranked slightly higher. Uh, I've actually heard this one quite a bit last summer on my playlist. Surprisingly, Spotify decided to force me to listen to this song almost the whole summer every time I went ATV riding. So, it's still fresh in my memory. Um, but again, I'm not crazy for Stiff Upper Lip, but I'm not going to say this song is bad because it's really not. This song is really not bad. Even though a lot of AC/DC listeners don't like this song. And I've heard from people in the AC/DC Discord server, and they all agree that this song is not good. For me, I don't mind it. I can listen to it once in a while.
Right. So you gotta be in the mood for it, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much. All right, up to number 7. What do you have?
I have Damned.
Okay, I put Rocker here. So I'm going to quickly breeze over Rocker once again from Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. I actually like this song. It's very fast paced. This is another one I really remember quite a bit. Considering I actually revisited this album thanks to Shome. They played this album sometime last year, right around the anniversary of its release date. They played this album in full, so I got to hear it again. It was actually a lot better second time around, and this was one of the more like memorable songs from that album. It's very fast paced and catchy. It's just like super in your face. It kind of is a little similar to Beating Around the Bush. It's like a precursor to that, in my opinion. But I mean, everybody else may think something else. But overall, it's really not a bad song. So I have to put it at number 7.
I mean, right.
All right, Damned.
So you're probably gonna be surprised. My 7 and 6 are probably gonna be from the exact same album. So,
Okay.
um, it's like I think when I think I had listened to Sip Up for Lip by myself, I think, and I was like, man, like it's like a pretty good album for me at least. I know you didn't like it,
No.
so you shush. Um, I I I I just enjoyed the music for the music. I know it's like 2000. They're getting older and all that stuff, and it's like it's how should I put it? It's little bit more bluesy rock.
Kind of like a ball breaker thing.
Yeah, it was very like ball breaker esque.
Yes.
Um, cause like Safe in New York City is like, I mean, like, come on.
Oh, I love
Like,
that fucking song.
I wish we had that song on this list. That would have
I
been like,
love that song to death. That and Satellite Blues.
yeah. It's crazy that like Sip Upper Lips, Safe in New York City, and Satellite Blues. Those are like the three singles from that album. That's it. That's the only three singles that are from that album. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
But I mean, like, Damned, like, I think you kind of had nailed it on the head when you talked about it. Um, it's not very memorable for me, to be
It's
honest
not.
with
It
you.
was on the second part of the album. I was just ready to get it over with.
Yeah, I mean, we were like so far deep into this point, so it's like we were just like okay, like is it gonna be done soon? Because it was like 50 minutes, and
It's long.
yeah, it's long.
Almost same length as Black Ice. Black Ice was pretty long.
Yeah. Um, but I think at that point we were just ready to just get done with it, and we were just like at the end of it, we were just like, oh my god, we were just done at that point.
Yeah. So, moving on to number 6. I put Are You Ready from Razor's
Are you
Edge.
ready? um, Favorite SmackDown theme, by the way.
Yes.
I put "Hold Me Back" from Stiff Upper Lip.
Okay. What do you have to say about that one?
So I think it's exact same sentiment as before with Damned. It was like it kind of like let me down from like a high a little bit because it's like we had Stiff Upper Lip, Meltdown, House of Jazz, and then it's like it just like comes back down like a roller coaster. Like
Yeah, so you're probably one of those fans where you're not crazy for Hold Me Back.
yeah, I'm not really crazy for it.
I don't
It's like
mind it.
it's like it's like for me to pique my interest in something, it's like it's gotta keep me on my toes,
Right.
sort of thing. Like if it's like banger after banger after banger after banger, like it keeps me invested. But it's like there's like slow songs or like songs that do not need to be there. It's just like it just loses my interest. Like
Right.
it just doesn't keep my attention span on that song for very long.
Yeah.
It's like
So it's
it's like
like it's kind of like what fucking album? Like Rock or Bust. Like that album just was a mess.
yeah, like there was only like what,
Maybe
four or
two or
five
three
songs.
songs that were good. Yeah.
There was like four songs for me, I think, but
I can't name them off the top of my head.
I mean, Rocker Bus was one of them.
Yeah.
um,
But are you ready? So the lone wolf on this list from Razor's Edge. I absolutely love that album. That album is forever going to be in my top 3. It is so freaking good. And it's a big step up from Blow Up Your Video, considering not a lot of people really cared for Blow Up Your Video. This is kind of like AC/DC's big comeback to the Billboard charts.
mhm.
Um, and Are You Ready? I am so thankful that SmackDown used this as their theme song for a little while. I'm still mad that they got rid of it. I wish it was still the theme song. It's like the best theme song they had since the Green Day theme song back in like 2012.
What was that? Oh man, I don't even remember that song.
Do you know you're enemy? You
Oh
know
yeah,
you're
that
enemy.
one.
I hear
It's like
that song on Show.
it's like there's so many damn theme songs for both of those brands now. It's like I just try to keep up with it sometimes, so it's like I just lose it. I'm like, nope.
I feel like I feel like Razor's Edge is one of those albums where you literally cannot complain. Like every song for the most part is really good. And it's just Are You Ready had to be somewhere higher than 7, 8, 9, or 10. It had to be kind of like right in the middle because I am a little biased on this
Mhm.
particular episode for
Mhm.
multiple reasons, but we will
Mhm.
get to that. All right, top 5. Number 5. What you got?
I put Rock and Roll Damnation.
Wow. Okay, major top 5. I'll give you I'll give you a golf clap for that. I put What's Next to the Moon.
Ah.
As you know, I love Powerage. I love it to death. Um, Considering I've listened to it multiple times already. I love What's Next to the Moon. It's one of those good songs, I guess, from the Bon Scott era. I mean, there's really not many bad songs from the Bon Scott era. I'm gonna be honest, which is really a really good thing to say. Um, I really don't have much to say about What's Next to the Moon because it's like it was kind of hard to pick and choose where to put the Powerage songs because they're all good in their own way. So it's like I kind of have to pick a favorite over the other two. So this one was kind of the bottom of it. But again, there's really nothing bad to say about this song. I really love it. Like the whole "What's next to the moon?" Like I love that part.
In the very Bon Scott way. What's next to the moon?
So
It's like,
rock and roll damnation.
yes, rock and roll damnation.
Good song.
Yes, and it had to be in the top five. I feel like if I didn't put it in the top five, I would feel like a huge disjustice to it because it is a really good song.
It's a good opener.
Yeah, it's a really good opener. Um, it's like I said, like Powerage as a whole for me, it wasn't really memorable, but Rock and Roll Damnation is memorable
It
for me.
is. Hi.
Um, because it's like it's Bon Scott, and you can't go wrong with Bon Scott.
Hi, Tigger. Making her guest appearance.
Her umpteenth time being on this
Can you
podcast.
meow? Can you say hello to everybody?
I heard the
Did you hear
I heard the little purr. Yeah.
She's like, hello. And now she makes her grand exit. Okay, anyways. She's like, I think you should have put that at number one. Fucking cat. Anyways, moving on. Number 4. I put Walk All Over You.
I put beating around the bush here.
Oh wow. So,
Yep.
I mean, same album, kind of works,
Yep.
kind of flip flopped.
Yeah, it would be it is going to be a major flip flop because when I get to my number three, I'll let you know.
So, Walk All Over You, I have known this song since childhood. I grew up around this song. It's probably one of my favorite AC/DC songs from the Bon Scott era, for sure. Highway to Hell is such a kick ass album. And honestly, it's like, how do I explain this? I shouldn't say it. It was like kind of the perfect way for Bond to go out in a way because it ends with Nightcrawler. But Bond's vocal range on this particular album just has me so hyped. Like it gets me so hyped every time I listen to it. Um, Especially on Walk All Over You. I love the guitar riff. It gets really fast at certain
Mhm.
parts. So it's just a really good song, and I had to put it in the top 5. Like there's no way it couldn't be.
Right. I mean, you could probably say that for the whole album as a whole too,
Oh
because
yeah,
like from top to bottom, it was like top notch.
it's picture perfect. It's good.
Yeah, and it's sadly Bond's like last album with the band before his untimely passing. God bless. Um, but like it's funny because I heard Highway to Hell today, and well, I guess that's a good sign. I was like, it's a good sign, I guess. Um, but with beating around the bush, like, man, it's like it is very fast paced.
It is.
Um, it's like I think I heard it one time
Beat
before.
around the bush.
I think I heard it on my radio station that I listen to a lot. It's like a very very rare like song choice that they did. I was like, okay, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna skip it, you know. Important because of course I had to put it at number four because, like I said, I feel like I would be doing a disjustice to Bon Scott if I didn't put it higher. Because it's like from the number five to number one and stuff, it's all good hits for mine. So and and beating around the bush had to be up there because like I really really enjoyed the song as a whole. Uh, Maybe just like feel energized. I don't know why. It just made me
It's
feel
it's just
energized.
good.
Yeah, it's just all around like good vibe.
All right, top three. At number three, what do you have?
I have walk all over you.
Hey, that's actually good. So my number three comes from Powers once again with Down Payment Blues.
Okay,
I
well,
got
yeah.
holes in my shoes, and I'm way overdue. Down Payment Blues.
Blues.
I freaking love that song. That song is kick ass as hell. Um, it's just it kind of has a blues rock vibe to it if you have like a 70s mix to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you take ACDC's signature Bon Scott 70s sound, mix it with a little bit of blues rock. That's down payment blues for you, in my opinion. It's so freaking kick ass. I love Bond's vocals on that. Now you also gotta remember, I believe this is the first album with Cliff Williams on bass.
Yes, it is.
So you get to kind of see how Cliff plays in this group, and honestly, he's kick ass. He's cool as hell. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they picked a better bassist at all. Like this is like the best bassist they've had. Um, but yeah, Down Payment Blues, like one of the best songs from that album,
Mm-hmm. And it was like one of the singles from that album too.
as it should be. So, Walk All Over You at your number three. What do you got to say?
It for me, I think like a walk all over you. It kind of had. I mean, it's from Highway to Hell, obviously, and like I said in the previous segment, from top to bottom, from Highway to Hell to Night Prowler, is top notch. There's no skips on any of this at all. Um, and plus, it's like you said with um your song, Down Payment Blues. It's like
Yeah.
it's that '70s vibe, but mixed with blues rock. And that song, Walk All Over You, kind of encapsulates that to a T a little bit. Uh, if you really wanted to like talk about like more blues rock, I would say Ride On would be another good
Oh,
one as
for
well.
fucking sure. I love that fucking
Um,
song.
because it's like it's kind of slow and somber a little bit, but it kind of fits the vibe that they were going for at that time.
Yeah.
Um, but with Walk All Over You, it's like you have it's like I said in like some probably some eons ago, like it's like a roller coaster. It's like you're going high and high and high, and it's like you're get to that cliff or that like peak and all that stuff, and then it's like you're just going on a roller coaster, like going through a movie. Um, it is a really kick-ass song. I will say that. Like Walk All Over You, and plus Bond's vocal range is magnificent.
All right, on to number two. I put Night of the Long Knives from For Those About to Rock.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking.
Because I put Night of the Long Knives.
Good. Honestly, good. That is literally a top three song.
I was like, I legit like when I was writing these down, like I don't know, a few days ago, I was like, okay, I gotta put Night of the Long Knives somewhere so like Marissa doesn't like pull out the boxing gloves, like come on. And I just went and put it at number two. I was like, okay, whatever, fuck it. So I'm kind of glad that we both had the exact same wavelength on that one.
Yeah, this song for the longest time was my favorite AC/DC song until I had re-listened to several albums after the pilgrimage and kind of discovered that hey, some of these other songs are kick ass, and I don't know why I didn't think that beforehand. Um, Night of the Long Knives is actually my most played AC/DC song, believe it or not, to this day. Um, but I don't really play it anymore. I'm gonna be honest, I don't play it as much as I used to. Because at the time, obviously, we were doing AC/DC pilgrimage a couple years ago, and I really, really took a liking to that song after hearing For Those About to Rock. Now, that album I've actually played the most, believe it or not, For Those About to Rock. I've played it in the car several times over and over. I played it on my own. several times over and over. It's just an all around good song, good album from Brian. It's definitely a
Mhm.
good sophomore album from Brian. Um, I don't know why it didn't match very well in sales compared to Back in Black, but then again, Back in Black is literally the biggest selling album from AC/DC of all time. Actually, one of the biggest selling albums of all time in general in the world of music. So I can see why. But honestly, Phil's About to Rock, like, I am never going to knock that album down. That album is just overall good.
Right. I think like it's. I mean, you probably just kind of said it. Like,
Plus, you got this song for Song Exchange, like, literally last week.
yeah. So it's like fresh in my brain still. So
Yeah.
nothing else to say about that, kind of. Okay.
Number one.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to?
I have Rock and Roll Damnation from Power Edge.
I put "Are You Ready" at number one.
You know what? I mean, I'm happy you did, but it's just for me, I've heard it so much. It's like, I'm sick of it.
Whereas for me, I haven't heard it a lot, and I like it.
Oh, I love it. It's just like, I've heard it so much. It's like to the point where I'm like, okay, these other songs should be above Are You Ready? You know, it's like more exciting for me. What do you have to say about Are You Ready?
I mean, besides being a SmackDown theme song, uh, I mean, it's "Are You Ready?" It's like one of those like kind of like you would hear it like maybe like a football game or like a soccer game or something, like a basketball game or something. Because like it gets the people kind of hyped. It's like a good hype like anthem kind of like song.
Yeah.
Um, and plus it's like I could just see this being like I said, like a sports team like theme song, being like get the crowd hyped and all that stuff. And um, it's like it was a really good like interesting music video though when we saw the music
Oh,
video for
yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I really enjoyed it from that as well. Uh, because it's just like it's like everybody having a good time. Like
Right?
come on. I mean, what else not to say about it?
Right. Plus, Razor's Edge is like a fucking great album.
Yeah.
So, Rock and Roll Damnation, like I said, I'm very biased. I love Power Edge to death. This is probably my new favorite AC/DC song at this time. I actually played this song quite a bit last summer, believe it or not, while ATV riding and traveling just in general. I was playing this song a lot because I did get a chance to re-listen to Power Age last year on my own during early summertime when I really had my music like binge, I guess we'll say, because at the time I was really into Def Leppard. And then I kind of was like, let me go revisit some old albums. And I picked Power Age and I picked Highway to Hell just for the hell of it. And I did those both. And I was definitely satisfied. I was very happy. And Power Age is like my new love now. I love that album to death.
Hmm.
Um, I can tell you one thing right now. My AC/DC album ranking from 2 years ago is definitely not the same as it is now. It's kind of different. I'm going to be honest. A lot of albums have kind of been shuffled around a little bit, just in terms of enjoyment and replay value. Some albums didn't move. Some albums really did. That's all I'm going to say. But Power Age definitely is one of those albums that did move up my list.
Fair. Fair.
I've kind of
Fair.
grown a new appreciation for the Bon Scott stuff. I don't know what it is. Like I've just grown. It's like such a new found like love and appreciation for his stuff because it's really what kind of put ACDC on the map in the first place,
Right. Right.
especially with Highway to Hell.
Right. I mean, yeah, obviously.
So, ladies and gents, that wraps up episode 4 of Random Ranking ACDC edition. We hope you enjoyed. Question: where would you guys rank these songs on your list? Let us know in the comments on social media, wherever you guys would like to talk. Um, So, speaking of ACDC, we're actually continuing the ACDC trend this Sunday. We will be breaking down the Ballbreaker album from 1995. Actually, I think it's 96. One of those 2 years. Anyways, um, we'll be breaking that album down in full. We actually just re listened to that album a couple of nights ago. So, it's still very fresh in our minds. So, For Dystro, this was his second time through, and for
Mhm.
me, this was my third time through because this was another album I ended up re-listening to last summer. So it's, let's see, I think I still have my notes here actually. This album is 11 tracks, so this one's not going to be too bad. I think we'll be okay just to do it all in one go. So that'll be coming up this Sunday. You guys won't want to miss it, especially if you really love AC/DC just as much as we do. And it's not a bad idea to revisit some albums that we either didn't care for or just don't remember very well. Um, so I think it'll be all right.
Oh man.
And you have tonight's song of the night. With that being said, what you got for us?
So, I mean, since it's an ACDC episode, I'm just gonna get with an ACDC song, I should say. Um, I will go with. I'm gonna go with "Are You Ready" from Razor's
Are
Edge.
you ready for a
Are you
good
good
time?
time?
So, Are You Ready from Razor's Edge from AC/DC. That is tonight's song of the night. There's a music video for this. If you guys would like to take a listen, I'm going to put a link in the top right hand corner at the end of the episode. It'll pop up. There, like I said, there's a music video, so I'll put that there for you guys to go ahead and watch. AC/DC in its glory. Like, this is like 1990 AC/DC. So go take a listen to that. Razor's Edge is a great album as well if you guys would like to check that album out as well. You can find it on YouTube or Spotify or anywhere you get your music. I just so happen to have a copy of it. Thank you. Um,
Mhm.
my dad has it on cassette tape, if that tells you how old he is.
Damn.
Y'all remember cassette tapes, all you older folks out there who may listen to our show.
We love you.
Yes, you elders.
You elders.
I'm
Damn.
21 and I know what cassette tapes are. I mean, my dad used to use them all the time in his old hot rod. So,
I mean, I do too. So
heck, fucking, they still make cassette tapes apparently because Blink had cassette tapes of the One More Time album.
crazy.
Crazy, crazy. Anyways, if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to go on ahead and follow us on social media by clicking on that link in the description below, which will take you to Linktree. We have Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter. Go on ahead and follow us there to keep up to date with the show. Also, Dystro's gaming YouTube channel is there as well, where he uploads weekly gaming content. I'm in there too sometimes. Um, what are you at for subs right now?
I'm at let's see, 1,247 right now.
Holy crap, you're actually moving pretty quickly.
Damn right I am.
Yeah. So I originally said get you to 1,300 by end of April, which would be like April 30th.
Mm.
Which I think we're still gonna keep that goal. Let's help him hit that, guys. Go subscribe to him, share his stuff around. It's some pretty funny content he uploads. We play a lot of GTA lately, and I just recently got 2K24 thanks to you, and I just downloaded it today. So we will be playing that and uploading some content on that game as well. So that's gonna be fun. Um, Once again, take a listen to tonight's song of the night, Are You Ready? By AC/DC. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening. And we'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.